who will guide India's growing investors. India's investing scene is going through an incredible transformation. Just look at the numbers. Back in March 2021, there were about 4 crore registered investors. Fast forward to today, and we're at 11 crore. What's mind-blowing is how fast this growth has been. It took 25 years to reach the 4 crore mark. But from there, every additional crore of investors has come quicker. The next crore took about 3.5 years, the one after that just a little over a year, and the latest one barely 5 months. It's a huge milestone for India's markets. But while we are celebrating the surge in investors, there's another side to the story that's worrying. The number of registered investment advisors, RIAs, has been shrinking. In 2021, there were 1,334 RIAs in the country. By August 2024, that number had dropped to just 927. To make things more depressing, not all of these 900-odd RIAs do advise. Many of them are F&O tipsters from Indore. If you only consider the number of RIAs who profile holistic financial planning, at best, there might be just about 200 RIAs in India. That's it, 200 advisors for 11 crore investors. Source: SEBI. Why is this happening? It boils down to how tough it's been to get and maintain a RIA license. The rules have been so strict that many advisors have decided it's just not worth the hassle. And this isn't a good sign. Think about it, our markets are growing, the number of investors is exploding, and yet the pool of advisors who can guide these investors is shrinking. No market can thrive like this. Advisors are critical for helping people navigate the complexities of investing, and we need more of them, not fewer. The framework for RIAs was introduced in 2013 by SEBI. The idea was to regulate financial advisors so that investors could get professional, unbiased, and ethical advice. Since then, the regulations have only become stricter, which was great for protecting investors but made life harder for advisors. Recognizing this imbalance, SEBI has recently rolled out a bunch of updates to make the profession more accessible while still keeping investor interests at the forefront. Let's look at what the major changes have been. 1. A move from net worth to deposits. Previously, if you wanted to become an RIA, you needed a minimum net worth of 50 lakh rupees for firms and 5 lakh rupees for individuals. Considering that India's per capita income is just $2,700, these requirements were a major roadblock for many aspiring advisors. Now, SEBI has replaced the net worth requirement with a deposit system. Advisors with up to 100 clients need to deposit 1 lakh rupees. The deposit increases with the number of clients but is capped at 10 lakh rupees for firms with over 1,000 clients. Source: SEBI. This is a big relief. It lowers the entry barrier, allowing more professionals to join the advisory space while still offering some protection to investors. 2. Easier educational qualifications. Earlier, becoming an RIA meant having a postgraduate degree or a professional qualification, along with relevant work experience. That's no longer the case. Now, a graduate degree is enough, and there's no mandatory work experience required. Advisors still need to pass NISM certification exams, but here's the kicker: they only need to take a refresher exam every 3 years to stay updated, instead of redoing the entire certification process. This change makes the profession more accessible without compromising on the quality of advice. 3. Higher fee limits and more flexibility. SEBI has also revamped the fee structure. The maximum fee under the fixed fee model has been increased from 1.25 lakh rupees to 1.51 lakh rupees per family per year. Advisors can now switch between the fixed fee model and the assets under advice (AUA) model at any time, with no restrictions on how often they can change. These updates make things more flexible for advisors while also aligning fee limits with inflation. 4. Corporatization threshold raised. Under the old rules, advisors had to corporatize if they had more than 150 clients. This increased the level of compliance. Now, that threshold has been raised to 300 clients at 3 crore rupees in annual fees, whichever comes first. This gives smaller advisors more breathing room before they're required to set up as a corporate entity. These changes are a big step in the right direction. By lowering barriers like net worth and educational requirements, SEBI is encouraging more professionals to join the industry. And by updating fee structures and corporatization thresholds, they're making the profession more sustainable for existing advisors. For investors, this is a win too. More advisors mean more choices, better competition, and, ultimately, better guidance. More upcoming episodes will be about NHPC Limited, India's largest hydropower generator, plans to acquire the combined 16.2% stake held by its public sector co-promoters, NTPC Limited, Power Grid Corp. Of India, and Power Finance Corp. In PTC India Limited, a leading power trading firm. Each promoter holds approximately 4.05% in PTC India, which has paid over 320 crore rupees in dividends since its inception. Emami Limited has rebranded its two-decade-old male grooming brand from Fair and Handsome to Smart and Handsome to capture a larger slice of the expanding 32,000 crore rupees male grooming market. Currently, the company operates in a limited 700 crore rupees segment dominated by creams and face washes. The rebranding allows Emami to launch diverse products aligned with shifting consumer trends, as young men increasingly use an average of 5 grooming products daily. India's food delivery leader, Swiggy, announced that its quick commerce service, Instamart, will soon operate as a standalone app while remaining accessible on the main Swiggy platform. Currently serving 76 cities, Instamart offers 10-minute delivery for over 50,000 products and is projected to reach over 100 million users, as stated by Swiggy's MD and Group CEO Sriharsha Majety. Thank you for reading. Do share this with your friends and make them as smart as you are. Winking face. Join the discussion on today's edition.